Fork in the Loaf, and today I want to show you how I make my yogurt. So I've done my yogurt several different ways. So today I want to do the Instant Pot yogurt, and I'm going to show you that one because this is just kind of where everybody's at. Okay. I understand that the lower the fat content of your dairy, the more processed it is. Ultra pasteurized is going to be very processed. It's like heated to 261 degrees for like 15 seconds, and it kills a lot of stuff in your milk. Homogenized or pasteurized is only heated to like, oh man, I can't remember, 100 and something or 80 something. I don't even know. I don't remember, but it is, so it still has some of the stuff in it. When you start removing all the fat content from it, you are processing it more and more and more and more. I don't know all the processes there. So I like to use a full fat milk. We use whole milk. Sometimes I like to add half and half to it, but this is ultra pasteurized, so I'm not quite sure that that's really all that good of fat, but I do like the texture of it when it's a little fattier. I just recently got a puppy a little over a week ago, and I have him outside right now, and he's whining. So if you hear a little bit of whining, he just wants back inside. When my girls get up, I'll have them go take care of him. I like to add powdered milk to mine. It increases the protein content. And then I prefer Mountain High yogurt. This has given me the best results as a starter. You'll find a lot of the whey that sets on top after you've opened these up. You can either dump that, or you can stir it, or you can use it for something else. You'll find that with your homemade as well. I don't need it for anything. To me it's not a big waste to dump all that water, and I like my yogurts thicker. And you are going to need a thermometer. It doesn't have to be an instant read. It doesn't have to be digital. It could just be a plain old thermometer. You just want to make sure that it's accurate. What we're going to do first is we're going to dump a half a gallon of milk into our Instant Pot. And I'm actually going to do not quite a half a gallon yet, because I want to get some of my stuff stirred in here. The first thing I want to do is I want to set my Instant Pot to saute. Get this heating up. I'm going to add a half of a cup of powdered milk. You know, I'm going to put a cup in there. I'm pretty sure that's what I did. 90% sure. So I'm going to add a cup of powdered milk. I'm going to whisk that powdered milk in. Instant powdered milk will whisk in there a little bit better than the milk that I use. I use the powdered milk from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. They have a beautiful storehouse that you can get powdered milk, which is not instant, so you use less. So the instant powdered milk has been whipped, and then it's dried, and so it's aerated, I guess, or it's got something else in it that keeps it easier to stir in. This stuff is a little bit harder, but I like that I can have, I use, I'm not sure how much you would use of instant. Maybe you're supposed to use a cup of instant, and only have a cup of this. It's pretty forgiving. Maybe I won't even mention any of that. So I have my powdered milk mixed in here pretty good. I don't see any more floating at the top. I'm going to add some of the extra half and half because I do like it creamier. I'm going to add a cup of half and half. And then I'm going to take my gallon of milk and I'm going to fill it to the halfway mark. So I have this on saute. I just let the timer go, and I'm going to let it get hot. I'm stirring it occasionally, so I need to get a spoon of some sort for that. And just make sure you're not scorching the bottom. And I will be back when this gets up to 180 degrees. It is just before a boil. So I'll see you in just a few minutes. One of the joys about the Instant Pot is it heats up pretty fast. It's only been probably about 3 minutes, maybe closer to 5, I don't know. 3 to 5 minutes. So I'm gonna just check the temp. It is not ready yet, but I just wanna, it's already at 120 degrees. Wish I could show you that somehow. Can you see the 120? So I'll come back in another few minutes. It should be up to 180 here within the next 3 to 5 minutes. So all in all, at the most, you're up to 180 within 10 minutes in the Instant Pot, which is glorious. So right now we are getting close to 180 degrees. You can really see the steam. It's kind of starting to foam. This is where you want to be careful you don't scorch the bottom. I'm going to check the temperature. I know that my thermometer is about 2 or 3 degrees high. I'm at 182. It's ready. At this point, I'm going to hit stop. And I have 2 ways in my home that I know of to get this cooled. I will pull this out and leave it sitting on my counter for about 30 minutes while I go take care of the dishes or take care of something else. Or I can take a bowl and put some ice water in it and do a cold freeze, which will have it cold in about 10 minutes. Today I have other things I need to take care of. So I'm going to pull my pot out. And really, you don't even have to do that. I could really just leave it in here and just let it sit here. But today I'm going to pull this out and I need to get a hot pad. So make sure you have a hot pad because it is hot. It's almost boiling hot. I'm going to pull it out so that it cools a little faster and I don't scorch it. And I know it's still hot in here, which will take, yeah. I'm going to set my timer for about 30 minutes and then I'm going to come back and check the temp. I will see you then. So I just realized that some of you guys might want to know how I do this. And in order for it to make sense to you, and you know, I figured I'd show you. So I grab a big bowl of ice and I make sure the bowl is metal. You don't want to use glass for any of this kind of stuff. You put heat and ice together on glass and you're going to break it. I don't know if a big glass bowl would break putting in ice water. Anyway, I just do it safe. You're going to just fill your bowl with ice. I'm going to add some water, cold water, just like that. You kind of want to break up your ice because it's going to be hard to break up your ice a little bit. And then you can take your Instant Pot and set it right in there. You don't want it all the way full because it's going to, as it melts, it's going to rise. And then you can sit here and stir this and it'll just let it sit here for a little bit. Come back and give it a stir every once in a while. It is going to cool it down significantly faster than just sitting it here. So I will be back. Watch it at this point. I'm going to come back in 10 minutes and check it. Hopefully by then it's about 110 degrees. I like to do about 110 to 90 where it will it'll still do its thing but not be super sour. We don't like super sour yogurt. I like my yogurts to be like store-bought almost, you know, like Chobani. Ooh, I love that stuff. The longer it sets yogurting, the more tart it's going to get. The hotter your milk is when you put your starter in it, the more tart it's going to be. So I like to get this down to about 90 to 110. So I will see you in 10 minutes. Okay, so it's been 10 minutes, and I think we are there. We might even be a little bit too cold. Let's see. Yeah. So we're at 87, 88, 9. Okay, so we're still at 90, so we are good. At this point, I'm going to take out about a cup of the milk mixture. I'm going to take out about a quarter of a cup of my yogurt starter-ish. It doesn't have to be exact again. A half a cup, you only need about 2 tablespoons to a quarter of a cup. I think a quarter cup might be almost too much, but I need to use that yogurt up before it goes bad. I'll use it in something, probably a ranch dressing or something. Get it well blended in your milk. And then you're going to just stir it in to your... Only reason I do that is make sure that I get all of that milk blended. really good. You don't have to, it's just a step I take because that way it gets mixed into all the milk really well. If this is the point where you're going to put it in your Instant Pot, and this is where the beautiful function of yogurt comes in. Make sure you have a yogurt function on your Instant Pot, or if you have an electric pressure cooker, some of them have that yogurt function as well. On mine, it says yogurt, or I'm sorry, it'll say yogurt when it's finished. So it's started now. It's going to set the perfect temperature for the next 8 hours. I only do it for 8 hours. It's 10 o'clock in the morning right now, so it'll be at 6 o'clock tonight. My yogurt will be finished, just in time for dinner. Take out your ring. You don't need your ring in here for this. The ring has a tendency to maintain a scent, and I do a lot of potatoes and meats and all kinds of stuff in there, and so you really want to take it out for this purpose. You don't want your yogurt to taste like what you cook for dinner. And it doesn't need to have a seal, it just needs to have a lid. You could even just put a plate on top, or if you have a glass lid that fits on top, you could do that. I'm just going to set this back on, and I'm just going to let it sit here and do its thing for the next 8 hours, and I'm going to set it back off in the corner a little bit here, and I will see you in 8 hours when this is finished. Okay, so it's been 8 hours. It's about 6 o'clock at night now, and my machine says YOGT, which means that my yogurt is now finished. So I'm going to take this off. Alright, so see, it's not really liquid anymore. You can stand a spoon up in it, sort of. It's kind of fallen. Nice and creamy. So it's very plain right now. That's good yogurt. It is plain. It's not sweet or anything. I like honey vanilla yogurt a lot, but honey has so many antimicrobials in it, I don't like to put that in my yogurt until I'm ready to eat it. And I do like a drizzled honey on my yogurt. So I'm going to put it in this container here so I can go ahead and put it in my fridge. You don't really want to stir yogurt because you start breaking all the strands that keep it thick. So that's about the most stirring I'm going to do of it. It's not like sour cream. Sour cream you want to stir. Yogurt you don't. I'm just going to put the lid on there. Stick that in the fridge and let it get chilled, and then this I'm going to put into another jar. I think it might fit in here. Yay. If you wanted to make this thicker, you could take a sieve with some cheesecloth, or I've used coffee filters, and you're just going to set it up on something and pour it in and strain it through. I don't mind it being this consistency. It's not super thick, it's not super thin. I mean, it's not drinkable yogurt. So that's how I make my yogurt. Thanks for joining me on this adventure of a fork in the loaf, and we'll see you next time. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and share with your friends.